Good evening, everyone. Hey, it's Gina. I wasn't going to go live tonight, but so it's kind of a last minute thing. So if you join us, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay too. Hopefully, you will catch us on the replay. Um, so over the last few days, I've just been thinking, and I've had some other things that I was working on exclusively with my neurographic art, and so it's kind of taken me away from doing like my lives, and not that it's taken me away from doing that, but I had all intentions of actually creating a thumbnail and be able to do this and get it all out there. And and then I kind of got busy and then I forgot, and here I am. So that's okay. I'm going to give myself some grace. So tonight, what I would like to talk about, I would like to talk about just the winter blues for trauma survivors. What happens in the winter when we're in a lot more dark than we are light. That is when a lot of the depression, a lot of the anxiety, that's when, hi, Heather, that's when a lot of those symptoms start to flare up um, even more. The cold weather, we can't get out of the house. So what ends up happening is because a lot of people don't like the cold, they stay in. And not that staying in is a bad thing, because there are some things that you can do while you are in the home that will really help you boost um, your immunity, will help you boost like your confidence. And kind of stay connected to your mind and body, and all of that together, combined together, what ends up happening is it helps to decrease, hopefully decrease your depression, um, decrease your anxiety, decrease any mental health symptoms that you have. Hi, honey bunny, to you too, Sly Fox. um uh but the overall goal with tonight is to give you some tools and resources that you need to help you, because we're going into fall. After fall comes winter again. If you're in the state, or if you are in a state that time changes, time will change. I believe it is so Saturday night, Sunday morning is when the time changes, and so then we lose an hour, I believe is what it is. I always get them confused, but I think we lose an hour. So I still think that we're still going to have more darkness than we are light, and so that takes a toll on people's mental stability. And so what I'd like to share, because I do have some close friends and family that struggle. I know there's times myself I struggle with my mental health in the wintertime, because I can't get out and do things that I like to do, because number one, I don't like the cold. I love being out in nature. I love being out in the sun. So thank you. So what ends up happening is I have a cabin with my windows, and so some of the things that I will talk about this evening, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but some of the things that I'll talk about this evening will hopefully help you on your mental health journey to overcome some of the winter blues that you may be exposed to. So one of the things is stay active. Um, Even if you get dressed and you walk to the mailbox and back, or you walk around your house a couple times, depending on how big your house is, a couple times, um, and then come back in. That's kind of being out there. What you're doing is you are, if you do it regularly, you're boosting your mood. You're getting some of that cold air in to actually flush out all of those, all of the germs and all the yuckiness that could be lingering, that love heat. um, if you like skiing, if you like sledding, tubing, um, you can get outside. If you have younger kids, or if you have grandkids, you can get outside and build a snowman if we get snow. Um, but just getting out there, just for a few minutes, actually helps to boost your moods as well. Um, Light therapy. So before I talk about light therapy, let me talk about what I do in my cabin. So my cabin has two windows. And what I like to do is, in the wintertime, I will prop my chair up by the window, and I will just sit there and let the sun hit my face, wherever. And I know that the sun is, way up, way up there. But if you sit there, you can feel it. So what that's doing is, it's not only helping to boost your immunity. You are so crazy. Um, it helps to boost your immunity, but it helps you, so you get natural vitamin D. And natural vitamin D is what helps with, again, with extra immunity, but it also helps with like bones that are brittle, osteoporosis, and all that, because you're actually gaining it naturally. And so I usually sit in my chair. I keep looking over there because that's where it is. I usually sit over there for probably about 10 minutes or so. Sometimes I'm just, relaxed and it feels good. Just feeling the warmth against my face, that I will just stay there a little bit longer. And so you're going to make me start singing. And so, you do however long that you need to, but it's just a wonderful technique to get all of the natural stuff, the holistic things that we need from the sun. The immunity boost, the vitamin D. Those are all things that the body needs. The sun holds so many different healing properties. They don't want you to know any of that, but I'm just being honest and truthful. Another thing that you could do, if you don't have windows to where the sun can come in, you can always do like a red light therapy. Oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of what they're called. Red light. Yeah, I know what it is. I can picture it, but I can't think of what it is. Anyway, it's the red light therapy that you can do. And so what it does is you buy it, and what it does is it mimics sunlight. So you can sit underneath it. You can actually sit and watch TV. You can have it coming over you. Infrared, thank you, Sly Fox. So the infrared lighting. So you can have that. And what it does is it helps combat SAD, which is a combat seasonal affective disorder. And so what it does, again, it mimics the sun. So it does the same thing. So you could get you one of those, which is really good too. If you're one of those ones, and you're one of those, when I say this word, I mean it with the utmost respect and the utmost love. If you're one of those lunatics that like to do the ice baths, you could also do that in the wintertime. You won't see me out there, but if you would like to, more power to you. I do have some people that actually swim in the winter. There is no way you would see me in the pool, and oh boy, no. That just makes me cringe now just thinking about it, because I freeze. But anything to help you with helping detox, boost your immunity, really help to give your body that holistic health that it needs. Yep, see, I'm with you. I could never. I could never do that. Mindfulness and meditation. This is another good one. There's so many different meditations. There's so many different mindfulness that you can do. On YouTube, you can find so many different channels that do guided meditation. I absolutely love guided meditation, and here's why. Guided meditation is more of a relaxation. So you'll hear a voice. Pick the voice that you like. And usually you'll have headphones on. They tell you to relax, lay on the couch, lay on the bed, lay on the floor, whatever is comfortable. Don't sit in a chair, because sometimes you do get relaxed. And so it would be best if you would definitely lay down. And so what they do is they, put earphones on or earbuds on, headphones on, whatever you need. And your focus is on that voice, and they will take you through this guided meditation of doing things. You may be walking on the beach, or you may be sitting, under a palm tree. There's so many different things that they take you on, but it's this beautiful journey. And during this beautiful journey, they teach you to breathe, because trauma survivors hold their breath. And so they teach you breathing techniques. You know what? It's time to breathe. Are you breathing? Check in. Are you breathing? And so they'll have you place a hand here and then one on your belly, and they'll tell you to breathe in through your nose, fill up your lower lungs, and then exhale out of your mouth, very gently. And then what they do is they will say, if you have any wandering thoughts, come back to the voice. Come back to the voice that is your center. And the voice that is the center is the voice you're listening to while you're watching the guided meditation. Those are very important. Here's why. It's because a lot of people that have negative thinking, a lot of people that have cognitive distortions, a lot of people that can't sit still for 5 minutes, maybe because they have ADHD, maybe because they have ADD, like me. What it does is it helps you focus on saying, look, I'm safe, I'm okay, there's no threats. I know there's resistance, but let me stay here for just a few more minutes and listen. And so when your mind wanders, you literally, yep, me too, Heather. When your mind wanders, what ends up happening is you go back to center, center being the voice of whatever you're listening to, whoever you're listening to. Um, um, Progressive muscle relaxation. There are guided ones on YouTube that you can follow, or you can just go on and you can type it in, progressive muscle relaxation. It's where I have talked about this before. It's where you start with your feet. You squeeze your toes as tight as you can, hold it for 10 seconds, and then release. And as you release, you're letting off all of that tension. And sometimes it's releasing some of the trapped emotions, the trapped trauma that's sitting in our cells. And so you go from your feet to your calves, to your thighs, to your buttocks, to your abdomen, to your chest, and kind of your chest and shoulder area. And then you do your face and your hands. Sorry, you do your hands, all the way up to your face. And so when you get done doing that, you're literally, trying to eliminate the stress that your body carries, the trapped trauma that your body carries. If you notice that there's an area after you do it and you're like, oh, my back hurts or my shoulders hurt, or you just don't feel relaxed, like if your shoulders are still not relaxed, they're, very heavy and tense, you can do it again. You would just literally bring your shoulders back. I usually bring my arms up and bring my shoulders back, and I hold it for 10 seconds, and then I slowly release. You will notice that the more you do it, the further back your shoulders will be able to go, and the longer you'll be able to hold it. So the ultimate goal is to be able to do progressive muscle relaxation for about 20 minutes. So you would just go back and you would just, close your feet a little longer, and, do your shoulders a little longer and stuff like that. And so that's really where you're getting into more of the cellular level was, the longer that you're able to do it. The trauma-informed movements is an amazing technique. Again, you can find this on YouTube as well. Trauma-informed movements, why it's important is a lot of trauma survivors that have gone through childhood trauma leading up until their, adolescence years and young adults. Your prefrontal cortex does not develop until you're about 25 or 26. And when you go through childhood trauma leading up again into your adolescence years, your prefrontal cortex does not develop fully. A lot of times it's knocked offline. And so trauma survivors operate from survival mode. And so you don't even know that your brain is not operating in the capacity that it should be. So you're just like, hey, and you just go along and you just do your do things that are normal. And so there are two. You're either operating from trauma self or adult self. So when your prefrontal cortex is not functioning properly, knocked offline, you are actually functioning in trauma self. And so trauma-informed movements is a 3-part movement. It's a 2-part movement, breathing, and then it helps to get your heart rate moving too. So it's a 3-part movement. And what the 3-part movement does is this. Our brain is so accustomed to us doing everything the same every day. If you're right-handed, you brush your teeth with your right hand. When you're stirring the pot, it's right-handed. When you're eating with the right hand. You're drinking with your right hand. A lot of people drive with their right hand. You open your door with your right hand because it's your dominant hand. But what happens when you change that? Try it. What happens when you start doing everything with the other non-dominant hand, the left hand? Try brushing your teeth with your left hand. Try stirring with your left hand. What's going to end up happening is your brain's going to focus on that hot pot, and your brain's probably going to say, be careful because you don't want to get burnt because your brain's not used to it. There's so many things that you're going to feel. But what ends up happening is you start opening up your brain to start building more neuroplasticity in those areas of repairing. And so it's actually repairing your prefrontal cortex as you do the trauma-informed movements. And so there's exercises you can do. There's the opposites, which is what I just recommended. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And it's not hard at all. So that's another wonderful thing to kind of help you with your mental health. And some other meditations would be, or mindfulness too, is deep breathing. You can learn deep breathing. You can do the 5-finger breathing technique, which is a cool one. So what you do is on the up, you inhale, and on the down slope, you exhale. So it would be inhale, and of course you don't want to go fast. So it would be inhale, and then exhale, inhale, and then exhale. And so you do it, until you get through all 5 of your fingers. And you can do deep breathing. You can breathe in very deep. And so when you do that 3 times, what ends up happening is you are actually connecting your mind and body together. So it's um, a huge way to reduce your stress, huge way to improve your mind and your mood. I'm sorry, not your mind, but your mood. Yes, it will improve your mind, but it's for your mood, which is huge too. Um, and um, and then, of course, if you're Christian, one of the biggest things that you could do is read the Bible. That's one of the biggest things. Read the Bible, meditate on God's word. Um, you could listen to, maybe there's a guided meditation that uses the Bible, that uses biblical references, to kind of relax you and things like that too. There's a lot of times that I will listen to the Bible, just so I have that playing, so I'm absorbing, because a lot of people don't realize, but the brain will comprehend and understand and remember a lot more of things that it hears, the auditory. And so whatever it hears, it'll understand a little bit more. It takes it in. So that's why when people say things to you, it hurts more, because you're literally hearing it. And so, that's why they say be careful with your tongue. Words can sting. Words can be love, but words have power, and words can sting. And so be careful with the words. Eating healthier or healthy, changing one thing about the way that you eat. Trying to eat a lot more healthier fats, and limit like your caffeine, and your alcohol consumption if you can, developing a sleep pattern. A lot of people don't realize this, but there's a lot of people like, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to stop eating carbs. No, I'm not a dietitian and I'm not a doctor. But here's why I would suggest that you really pay attention to what carbs you're eating, because there's good carbs and bad carbs. A lot of people don't realize this, but the serotonin and dopamine is made in the gut. That is the mood stabilizer. That is what the feel good. Those are the chemicals that are made in the gut. So if your gut's not healthy, your mental health is going to be off. Your depression is going to be probably going to be higher. Your anxiety is going to be off the charts, wild. And so why you need carbs is because the dopamine and the serotonin needs carbs to transmit all of that back up to the brain. So if you're not eating healthy carbs or carbs in general, you're going to notice that your mental health is probably going to plummet. There is a psychiatrist by the name of Kelly Brogan. She's in New York. I follow her. Amazing lady. When clients go to her, she does not prescribe you medicine at all, unless you really need it. But her regimen is more holistic. She will ask you, what are you eating? What are you eating? What are you fueling your body with? What are you eating on a daily basis? What are you drinking on a daily basis? How much alcohol? How much tobacco? And then what she does is she gives you this regimen, and it's a healthier, like a healthy diet, healthier food choices. And because she has such a high success rate with her clients, she knows if you're using it or not. So if you come back in 30 days and you say this doesn't work, chances are you probably didn't do it, because after 30 days, the statistics of her clients that have seen such a difference and a transformation is like 85-90%. So yeah, you could be within that 10-15% range. But eating healthy and eating the right carbs, so the dopamine and serotonin can actually get to the brain, you're going to feel so much better. And so doctors don't tell you that, because they want to prescribe you medicine after medicine after medicine. But if you start eating healthier and incorporate those carbs, and start taking your probiotics, your pre and probiotics, get your health, your gut health back in order, you're going to notice that your mental health will start changing. Your mental health will start increasing, as far as you being better, and your mood swings will diminish. Maybe your depression and anxiety will diminish. Your health will increase. Immunity, mood swings. I'm sorry, not mood swings, but your happiness may increase. Things like that. So those two really do have a huge factor on things as well. What hobbies do you have? Do you like, I mean, there's ice fishing if you want to go ice fishing. There's hiking. You can hike. Solo travel is another huge one. If you remember, not too long ago, I had Jen Fisher on, and she's a solo traveler. She travels all around for her mental health. And so you could travel around to areas that you think would be beneficial to you if you have the money. Obviously, I don't want you to go broke. But being in areas that are beneficial to your mental health at the time of need, soaking up the energy from the earth, soaking up the ion, the positive ions from the earth to help you with your mental health. You know, so solo travel, what is a hobby that you like? Fishing, ice fishing. You can do, if you like to ski, sledding, hiking, art therapy, or doing arts and crafts. What is it that you like to do? What is it that you can put your mind to? And before you know it, 3, 4, 5 hours have passed and you're like, whoa, where'd that time go? Yep. I know how that is. So those are the things that you can do. What it does is it keeps your mind engaged and it keeps it distracted. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you to get your brain back in where it needs to be, trying to get you from having your mind engaged in least and the least amount of distractions, meaning but your mind wandering. We want to keep your mind active, and so it helps with your mental health as well. Routine. Stability is huge, especially in the darker months. When there's structure and stability, it actually helps. The structure helps. And so doing something, yes, hunting too. Thank you. I couldn't think, I was thinking of something else, but hunting too, absolutely. But when you establish a routine of, doing things and every few days change it up, because when you change it, you're literally engaging your prefrontal cortex by changing it, because you are now giving the brain something else. You're implementing something different into your week. So it's kind of like recalibrating your brain is what you're doing, which is absolutely huge. Again, get outside, because getting outside will absolutely help as well. And of course, if your mental health is plummeting to the fact that maybe you have intrusive thinking, maybe you have excessive negative thinking, maybe you're just in a depressive state and you can't get out. Maybe your anxiety is so bad you're having anxiety attacks every day, a few times a day. If that's happening, then I would highly suggest that you get yourself either a certified trauma recovery coach, or you definitely get with a licensed mental health professional, because they can definitely help you in some areas. Coaches can help you as well, and we can work alongside therapists as well. We can work along not only therapists, but we can work along psychiatrists as well. There are some people that don't like therapists, and that's okay. And there's some people that don't like coaches, and that's okay. But we can work beside a psychiatrist. And there's some of them that they recommend because we have the life experiences of being able to help our clients see things. And, what is the cause of your anxiety? What is causing your depression? What is it? And we kind of help because we've been there, we understand. And so walking you through, the transformation, the navigation of transforming your life to try to overcome the challenges that you face with. Does anybody have any questions this far? So if you think of something else that you can do too. So anybody else have anything? In the wintertime, I don't know. We'll see. I finally got a battery for my heated jacket. So I may end up going out. Yes, make sure that you like, I always forget to say this, but if you guys would please like the video, it actually helps to get it into the algorithm. If you will definitely like and then share it, I would really appreciate that as well. It would really it gets out there, if I can get the algorithm out there more and more and more. If you know me, this isn't even about making the money, because that just doesn't matter to me. But what matters to me is that there's so many people out here that need, they need people, they need resources, they need tools to overcome the winter blues. And so again, I myself, there's times that I struggle. I hate that it gets dark at 5, 6, 5 o'clock. I hate it when I'm used to it getting dark at 10 o'clock. So I don't like the long dark. Yes, Gabby, I've had it for a couple years now, and my battery went out, so it's nice. Um, I want to be able to walk my daughter to the bus stop in the mornings, and I like it. And then just being able to get out. So that's usually what I do. I walk my daughter to the bus stop in the mornings, even when it's a little chilly. We bundle up, and it's probably about a half a mile there and back. So I'm getting exercise. So I'm doing it in the morning, and then I do it in the afternoon. And so that's what I want to continue doing. I've noticed a huge difference. Another thing that I have been doing that I absolutely love, that I've noticed a huge difference within myself. Again, my clients have noticed a huge difference too, is the non-clinical art therapy. I know I've been bringing that up a lot. Not that I'm trying to sell you anything by any means, so please don't think that. But what I absolutely love about this is, let me share some things with you. I started this in the middle of August, I believe. My weight was creeping. I was creeping up, and I was like this, oh geez. I'm like, I can't let my weight. And if you're a trauma survivor and you struggle with weight, you'll understand where I'm coming from. It's kind of like this yo-yo. You will lose weight for a while, and then you gain weight, and until you can get to the point that that you truly love yourself, and you're really able to let go of I don't want to use the word let go, but I mean letting go, but in a sense of healing yourself, in the sense of being able to let go of everything in the healing process. Not saying let go in a mean way by any means. When you're able to do that, and you get healthy, your mind gets healthier, your body gets healthier, the weight starts to drop. And so between the middle of August to the end of September, right around maybe the middle of September, so I lost 20 pounds. I didn't change anything different. There was nothing different. The only thing different maybe is because I walked to the bus stop. Maybe that was a little bit different. I have a huge sweet tooth. And so I just, yeah, maybe, but I do. I have a huge sweet tooth. So I know it's not that either, but I lost 20 pounds in that time frame. What I noticed in my drawings is I didn't have a mind-body connection. I could do the drawings and I wouldn't feel anything, and people would have these insights and their body sensations, and I'd be like, this doesn't work. Well, it hit me the other day. Yes, it's taken me this long. The drawings absolutely work. Even if you don't feel anything, they still work. So I was doing I believe it was SCORE, which is one of the algorithms that we do for trauma survivors. It's going in the past, releasing the past, and taking resources that will help you reach your goal in the future. And so one of the biggest things I was working on, trust. I have a lot of trust issues. Thank you, Gabby. A lot of trust issues as a trauma survivor. That's evident. Trust is a huge factor when your trust was literally taken from you. You have a lot of distrust. You can't trust people, situations, whatever. So as I was working on this, all of a sudden, I had this unknown effect, and all of a sudden, I shouted out freedom, and I just got this warm, fuzzy, energetic sensation that literally almost knocked me out of my chair. That's when I realized, holy Toledo, this stuff really works. Not that you're going to get that all the time, but I was like, wow, this stuff really does work. So my mind and body is connecting. I'm losing weight. I'm more focused. I believe I have ADD. I'm self-diagnosing myself. I believe I have ADD, but I can literally concentrate on the algorithm and get it done. I love arts and crafts, so maybe that's why I love arts. I love drawing, and I'm not great at it, but maybe that's why. It's relaxing. I'm sleeping better. And my mood swings, I still get huffy here and there, but I think my mood swings have diminished a lot from doing these and stuff like that too. My stress levels have diminished. Um, the goals that I set, I'm starting to see them come out. I'm starting to see them and kind of manifest in other ways. And so I'm offering again, if you would like to draw with me, get in touch with me. I literally will do a drawing with you at no cost. I will offer you one drawing at no cost. And we will kind of, whether we do it one-on-one, whether we do it with a group, just let me know. I do have, workshops that are starting in November. If I get enough people, they will start in November. If not, well, we'll just move along what we can. But why I'm telling you this is this. It's one of the only safe, gentle ways to tap into your subconscious without taking psychedelics, without taking ketamine treatments, mushrooms, any of those psychedelics. It's the most safest, gentlest way to tap into your subconscious, to where you start working in your subconscious to repair and rewire your neural pathways, which helps to repair and rewire the brain. And what that does is neuroplasticity. It's healing. So what we do is we take from the subconscious, we work in the unconscious, we imprint in the conscious level, and that's where the change starts taking place. A wonderful algorithm, a wonderful process. My client I have a client that was working on money. Amazing transformation in the last 7 weeks to see where money has manifested in her life. Like absolutely amazing. I was like, holy cow. So again, if you would like to try it, I would be willing to do it. Releases, blocks, you can do all those. So if you have mental health, anxiety, depression, if you're wondering why you can't make money, if you wonder why you may be thinking, you have to be rich in order to be successful. No, you don't. Whatever you need to do to help yourself, to get rid of that release, we can work on that together. It's a simple way of me guiding you through the algorithm. Absolutely amazing. I know, Gabby, I know you're busy and stuff too, but anytime, you know how to get a hold of me, and I'll definitely work, we can work together, and you'd be amazed. Especially, the things that you're dealing with and stuff. I've seen such great results. And one of the things that I love is that, this is what I forgot to tell you, is the trauma that we've endured stays trapped on our cellular level. And this algorithm actually starts releasing the trapped trauma, the trapped emotions from our body. And how it does is this through body sensations, through your emotions. Because there's times you may shake, your fingers might start tingling. And the reason being is because the tips of your fingers have neurons that are connected to your brain. And so when your subconscious starts working, it starts remembering throughout your body. And so you may not even think about it, but you may be drawing a neural line, and all of a sudden your back starts hurting. You're like, wait a minute, what's that? And you might not have any idea, but it's pertaining to your topic. It's pertaining to a thought that's coming out that you have no idea, but you're literally releasing it off the cellular level. It's amazing. I can't. I'm almost done. I have one more. I'm super stoked. I have one more algorithm to do. I did it today, but I want to redo it over. Let me show you. It's called the Ikigai, and I do want to do it over. I see where I was watching the instructor do it, and so it's too close. And so these two circles should have been out a little bit more to actually form where my Ikigai was in the center. And so that's another thing. You could start, doing classes with me in the wintertime and workshops, and allow me to help you with your mental health as well. So any questions? We're getting up to be on the 35-minute mark. Anybody have any questions? So my website, if you are interested, is Healing Canvases. It's called healingcanvases.com. And so as you see, it used to be Transformative Heal or Transformative Healing. And why I changed it is this, is as Healing Canvases is healing you. The canvas is you. And so it's your story, your canvas, your healing, your transformation journey. And so it's healing you. It's healing you from the inside out. Heather asked, do you know those books at Walmart, the art color? Yes. So any type of coloring you can do, absolutely. Coloring stimulates the brain. And what I would pay attention to, when you're coloring is how you feel when you color. When you choose a color, how does it make you feel? Because color is connected to our emotions. And so are you happy? Are you sad? What's going on for you? I can't think of the other emotions, angry. There's other ones, happy, sad. You get the picture. But the color you choose, the subconscious knows. There's a reason. So a lot of times what I end up doing is I just put my hand in and randomly pick, because if I don't, I'll pick the same colors. I'll pick a teal color, purple, and yellow. Those are the three colors, because those to me are like bravery, soothing, and sunshine. And so I would pick those. I would use those every single time. And so now I'm like, okay, so I reach in my bag. I only use, I think, 9 or 10 colors. So I don't use any of the other 500 other colors. I just use like the 9, maybe it's 9 or 10 primary colors, whatever it is, or main colors. But I just reach in my bag and pick them, and then I color. And so you can do the art books, the mandalas. You can do those, whatever you choose, because it's concentrating. It's staying within those lines, because again, what you're doing is you're focusing. It's keeping you in the lines. And pay attention to the detail. Pay attention again when you're drawing. What do you feel? And if you are drawing and you pick a color and you don't feel anything, that's okay. That literally just means that your mind and body just isn't connected yet, and you just don't know what to feel for, which is perfectly fine as well. If you can always, there's things on the computer you can print out, go to the library, print them out, and things like that too. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So, but I really hope that this will help you. As winter, winter's not till December, but we are going to get into the cold weather. The time change is going to start happening in the next week, or a couple weeks anyway, and 2 weeks from yesterday. And so I want to make sure that you're prepared, that you know that I'm here, that you have a community of supporters, a community of people that want, that want to help you, that want you to know that you matter. And just kind of go through the process. It's kind of trial and error, what works, what doesn't, and kind of see what happens. And so, you're more than welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions. If you don't want to put them in the chat, you're always welcome to reach out to me. HealingCanvases.com. You're always welcome to reach out to me and say, hey, Gina, I would like to draw with you for free. And I will give you that one session so you can kind of see. Usually it takes about 7 or 8 sessions for you to actually start seeing things. But you know what, at least this way here, I can start working and seeing, what you think about it. And my goal is to help people. If you know me deep down inside, again, like I said in the beginning, making money, absolutely. But it's not about making money to me. It's about having those tools and resources available, the things that I didn't have growing up, the things that I wish I would have had. So that's why I do these YouTube lives. It's not so I get on here and whatever else. It's because I wanted to be the adult that I wished for as a child. I want to be able to give you the tools and resources that will come in handy on your healing journey, on your transformations, to know that you're not alone walking, that there's a community of trauma survivors among us. That you could reach out to each and every one of us, any one of us, and we would help you. That's what this is about. This is about teaching you truth. This is about bringing truth. It's about bringing the education, the neuroscience. It's about bringing the life experiences and the things with us as trauma survivors that have turned professional, that have the lived experience, that have walked through the fire, that have walked through hell and back, that have walked through the storm and walked out on the other side, can help you walk through that same storm, that same fire, through the same hell, and come out on the other side. That's where the transformation happens. That's where we want you at. We want you to walk through the fire, and we want to walk next to you while you're coming out. We want to help you climb that ladder to success, that ladder of transformation. That's what myself, and I'm sure that's what so many other trauma survivors that have turned professional would love, to be able to walk beside you as well. Because it's just something, it does something to your soul to be able to help other people, especially other trauma survivors. And when I heard that saying, be the adult you wish for as a child, that just touched my soul, because how many of us would have loved to have had those resources available to us? I know I would have, it probably would have made a huge difference, a huge difference. And so if there's no more questions, I'll start kind of winding down. November, if you go to my website, again, healingcanvases.com, you will see where the workshops are taking place there sometime in November. We moved the mental health conference. The mental health conference is now, this is final, February 21st and 22nd of 2025, Friday and Saturday. If you are a trauma survivor, if you are a family member of a trauma survivor, if you are a single parent or a student that is 18, please email us at Gina@healingcanvases.com. I'll just give you that email for now. That's actually not the right email, but it's fine. Just email it, and just put on there scholarship. And we are giving scholarships away for attendees. There is a small fee to attend, but we will have 2 days worth of conference material, education, life experiences. There'll be waltzing. Gabby's doing waltzing. She's doing martial arts, self-defense. I'm doing some things with the drawing. I'm doing some things about restructuring the mind. So many different things. If you go to riseupfromtrauma.com, you will read all about what's going on with the conference. And one thing that we're doing that we didn't implement before that we're implementing now is we will have pre-conference workshops or pre-conference breakouts. And so those are leading up to the conference. Those will be added in your ticket price. They're already in there. And so whether it's our speakers, new speakers, you will get at least 1 or 2 options a week leading up to the conference to go to these pre-conference workshops or pre-conference breakout sessions where you'll be able to learn more, get more hands-on experience, and be able to take that back for your own journey of healing. Take that back into your practice, into your families, to your students, into your classroom, for yourself, whatever you need. And so again, that is riseupfromtrauma.com. And let me put that up there really quick. I'll put it in the chat and then I'll put it up there so you guys can actually see it when you're rewatching it. Riseupfromtrauma.com. That is where the mental health conference, that's all the information, has all of the speakers, all the agenda, everything that you need to know about the conference is on there. Again, if you're looking for a scholarship, we would love to have you. Just send me a message. You can actually, the email is different. You can use the email I gave you, or I believe it's info@riseupfromtrauma.com. And you just put scholarship and just send us what you are: trauma survivor, family member, trauma survivor, student, and single parent. And we will look at those and grant scholarships as needed. Well, I hope this evening, I hope you were able to gain some insights as far as how to combat and overcome the winter blues. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe because I try to do all of my sessions Mondays at 8, and to kind of keep the ball rolling, keep the algorithm going, to kind of reach more people and things like that too. If there's a topic that you would like to see, you can always message. You can always message me with topics, and let's do some different things. What are some things that you want to talk about? What are some things that you want to learn about? Let me know. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and I truly hope that you take away at least something from tonight's live. So have a good rest of your evening. Be blessed all week. And I will see you again next Monday. Good night, everyone.